mid-September, even though it's the third week of October. The cool thing about this evening's hunt is that we will be walking the ridges that we grew up as kids hiking in old basketball shoes. In fact, the last year I hunted elk in Idaho as a resident, I called in a bull on this same ridge for Tim, but it never offered a shot. Did I mention that I'm excited to be hunting back home?
They're strung out all down the ridge. You can't even see a lot of them.
It feels crazy to be putting a sneak on a big herd in this spot with so many memories. Figuring out the best route to keep out of sight is like second nature, seeing how we have done it 100 times as a kid on the same ridge. We've watched elk countless times in the same spot feed out and down the ridge in the evening. We knew that if we could just get set up without being seen, they would feed right down to us. The only question is, will they come far enough down the ridge before we lose shooting light?
That's him on the skyline. I think that's the biggest bull up on the skyline, Boyd. Unless that one that dropped over the back is bigger. But I can't really tell. Here they come, Boyd. They're coming. Once those cows decide, they're coming. What are you gonna do once they drop down? Scoot up over the edge? Well, you're gonna get a closer look, because here they come. Boyd, we're gonna have to crawl up to that rock, but you're gonna have to belly crawl. He's in the back. He's facing us, walking this way. Was that him that bugled? Yeah, that's him. Do you see him, Boyd? Yeah. Now he's got his head back, laid back.
It's a great feeling when you're looking at multiple bulls through the scope, within shooting range, and you actually have a tag in your pocket that allows you to pull the trigger. For a guy that has been hunting pressured public land bulls in Montana for the last 10 years, having this many bulls in my sight for so long is feeling a little strange.
He's the one that's raking his antlers, right? I can't hear you. I'll range you. Not very big right there. 275. He does not look very big right there. He looks pretty good right there. Don't shoot him if you don't want him.
Well, I let him walk. I just couldn't get myself to pull the trigger. I know there are bigger bulls out there, and while I'm not one to care much about the score, I do know what a big bull looks like, and I just couldn't convince myself this was him. What a sight, though, to see this many elk, hear this many bugles, and all with my brother and best friend sitting beside me. This is what this hunt was all about. Great friends in great places.
Back out of here before we pull them out. What are you thinking today?
I think I'm going to ride myself a jackass.
Oh, Robin.
No, I'm going to hunt with you.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I don't know how much hunting we're going to get done, but
we're going to have some fun
Is this the
anyway.
handshake for the mule? I like your mule.
You like candy?
I like your horse.
You're a rider.
hey, your donkey got away.
Yeah,
That's not a donkey.
my next beast of burden is going to be a big old
You
donkey.
can have your burro.
What's this that you're brushing?
A dog.
Not too many people probably realize how much of Tim's and our childhood was spent on horses. Most of our summer was spent on horses headed to high mountain lakes. September of every year found us packing in with our Uncle Robin for a week-long elk archery hunt. Today is more about reliving the good old days than it is about killing a bull.
I don't know if this is going to go small enough for him or not. We can take the other one that's a little smaller. I think it will.
Did I mention that I'm excited? As we're headed up this ridge, it's like deja vu when I realized the first time I was on this trail was in the early 90s on a scout trip. Uncle Robin acted as our guide today as we left the trail and took the horses cross-country to a nice vantage point to glass for elk and eat some lunch. Just a perfect afternoon glassing up deer, elk, a group of goats, and making plans for an evening hunt. Been glassing all afternoon, seeing elk a long ways away. We decided Tim and I are going to break off, leave Jeremiah and Robin take the horses down, and we're going to go up and around and see if we can spot a deer or elk up here.
Or a wolf.
Or a wolf.
Did you see a wolf track back there?
We saw a big wolf track back there. Got a guy excited. So I'm glad Timmy boy has a wolf tag. Cool country.
Let's make it happen. Let's find us a bull.
While I love the horses, I have never been the guy that can sit on them all day while I'm hunting. While glassing and eating lunch, we were able to glass up several different herds, including a big herd over 12 miles away. Tim and I decided to break away from the horses and head up into the top end of a high basin and see if there were any bulls hanging out up high. It didn't take very long to remember just how steep and rugged the land of my youth really is. I might be getting old and soft, but something just feels right about being on this mountain and the view we will have once we get on top. Things got a little exciting when the tracks turned into a bachelor group of bulls. They were right where we thought they would be. That's a cool bull.
It wasn't as good as the one you passed yesterday. Well, those two are definitely not your bull. So Boyd, how many miles do you have in so far in the 3 days to pass 2 really nice bulls?
12 and a half Monday, 10 and a half yesterday. Today we're at 6, and that doesn't look good. Because we left the horse.
We should have stayed with the horse crew.
I just got a text from Angie saying that my open enrollment for health insurance at work is due Friday.
Well, that's convenient.
And I didn't know that. Tim Pompey up. I didn't get the kill shot. I've hiked up to the top to get around these elk, and all of a sudden they saw me right as I topped over, and I hope he's the one I thought he was. Pretty excited. I got him. It is the one I was after, so I'm excited. But just a dream bull in an area I grew up. Could never draw this rifle tag when I was a kid. And I drew it this year. And I'm excited. That's big enough for this kid. Oh yeah, I wish Tim was here, and Jeremiah, and Seth. Aaron, we've been hunting hard this week. Wish they were here. They went after a couple big bucks they saw. I said I was coming up to see if there's a good bull in this herd we watched yesterday. I'm kind of glad I did. Awesome! He's just long. That's awesome. Idaho bull in the land I grew up in. Got him broken apart. Still got to debone him, but I got him all quartered. Back straps are in a bag.